On that note, have you seen the video with Portnoy, Dave Portnoy, having a meltdown sort of thing, fight with his employee? We're gonna watch it. I want to get your take on
Okay.
it. He's a Jewish person,
Okay.
and because I think all this is tied in to what's going on right now if you're a Jewish person or Israel. So let me share my screen here and we'll watch it together.
Remind me to say something about Iran, by the way.
Okay.
Very important perspective.
Okay.
Iran and Lebanon.
Yeah, because we're going to talk about Lebanon at the very end. Because
Mm.
we're going to bring up this text message or this comment that I shared
Mm.
with you. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Let's see if you can hear it.
If you just
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. So just to set this up, this is Dave Portnoy, owner of Barstool Sports. And on the right here is his employee. Dave Portnoy is Jewish. He's basically pointing out how things are so like, should we even be saying jokes right now because of what's going on if you're a Jewish person? So let's watch it. Then I would just love to hear your take.
Okay.
if you just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid is anti-Semitic, shut up. If you just want me to ignore it,
Don't tell me to shut up. Don't
shut the up, you bald.
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you work for me.
Okay, go ahead,
You
continue.
little bitch, you work for me.
Sure, you bet. For now,
Oh, you
continue.
don't? For now, quit. I don't care.
Is this show or not a show? Like, is this a show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right now. That's
yes, I think people should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many mother Jews have to be killed before you stop?
Yeah.
My initial read, and I would love to hear you to take this further, is I don't even know if even somebody that gives a fuck. I care about all humans, but right now you're a human that you're on the Israeli side here. I don't think I even know how to grasp what sort of trauma or terror that you're going through collectively. And I feel like that's why that's coming up with somebody like Dave, like having a blow up because he's feeling like he's having to defend, like Jews are getting killed in America for being Jewish.
Yeah.
I just want to see if I'm reading this right. And like, what's your take with seeing him get so emotional about somebody else saying, yeah, it's okay to say Jew jokes? Anyway, I'd just love to hear any of your thoughts around this.
There's two things about it. Number one is the terror and suffering that we're going through right now. And number two is the anti-Semitism, which we're going through right now in the world. It's two different sufferings. The direct suffering of Israelis that just people don't understand can be expressed by my own story. I can only express it from my own story. And it wasn't in the film. I don't remember if we even talked about it. And if we did, it was not in the film. So I'll say it. It was, I think, a month before you came or so. Something like that, where I found under Leah, my 12-year-old, back then, when the war started, she was 10. I found under her bed a pillow, a few dolls, and a flashlight. Just one day, I found it because she dropped something under her bed or something, and I just kind of like said, let's get it from under her bed, and I moved the bed kind of closet under her bed, and I saw these things, and I'm like, Leah, what are those things? Why is it there? I expected something like, oh, Dad, I'm having a camp here, something like any regular child would say, right? But what she said next just totally shocked me, and until this day, I would never get it out of my head. She said, Dad, when the terrorists come to kill us, I'll be hiding here, okay? So if that doesn't express the horror and the pain and the suffering that we're going through, I don't know what can. My heart broke that moment, and just 2 days ago, I talked to my mom and we are talking about sleep just because of biohacking and stuff. Just a good talk, like between me and my mom. And she was like, "Oh, sleep. I just can't sleep since October 7th." I'm like, "What?" It's like, I've been waking up every day at 4 with nightmares. And, I experienced that too for over a year after the war started. And the reason is very simple. There was so much footage that those monsters, they recorded everything and we saw the footage. And PTSD can be caused after that, we learned, only after that we learned. PTSD can be caused by watching footage alone and not experiencing the act itself if you have enough resonance with it. So if you watched very horrible footage of things that actually happened to people like you, the nightmare, the nightmare, one of the things that I will never forget from October 7th, it will never, the horror would never come out of my head, is on on the same day the footage came out to the news, I saw an Israeli family, a dad, a wife, and 3 kids. The dad was already shot in the leg or something and bleeding and sitting with the entire family. The kids are terrorized as terrorists are now preparing them to be hostage, to be kidnapped or killed. And are just putting them, and then they're trying, the family's like, please don't hurt us, please. And they're like, just shut up. And that's what the footage, it was on Instagram. I wasn't even on Telegram to see the bad footage. I never forget it. I was like, oh my fucking God. It's like families like mine, terrorists come into their home, they shoot the members. The kids are horrified and they're going to be kidnapped. They're saying, we're taking you into Gaza. Shut the fuck up, bitches. And what are the moments of terror that these families are going through at the moment? Some of them will be shot. Some of them would die in tunnels. Some of them now are still there. Still there. And I don't know if we ever see them alive again. And so that's the horror and terror of the Israeli people at the moment, right? And now I'll get to the anti-Semitism. Look, a lot of bad governments have done bad things in the world. I've never seen anything like we're suffering right now from the hate. Never. And actually, to tell you the truth, if you look at it in a way of perspective, we were shot hundreds of ballistic missiles and drones from Iran, right? Do you know that I or anybody around me are like, Iranian are cool people. We want to live with them in peace. We don't hate the Iranians. We're like, we don't have anything against Iranians. Actually, we want to liberate them from their, Iranian government. We would love to see them and travel to Iran one day and also Lebanon as well. Like we know not all people in Lebanon hate us. And we know in Iran as well. There was actually a big campaign, We Love Iran. And on Facebook, one of my school class, my art school, he was leading this initiative. And like people of Israel sent like, we love, like, with like a picture of them, like, we love Iran, we love you. And Iranian people sent back on Facebook, Israel, we love you. Obviously, way less Iranians did that because they're scared. But basically, it was a big campaign. Look, it's not happening right now with the world to Israel. Nobody's saying, Israel, we love you, Israel. And actually, people from the US, our allies, are now protesting on the street to globalize the Intifada and from the river to the sea, and are killing Jews. When? Since the Holocaust, before the Holocaust, did this happen? When did Jews get murdered on the street for being Jews? When? That's the suffering. When? For being Jews. There was like Asian hate, there was like, Black Lives Matter, all that's, it's not even close to the level of hate that is being not only not stopped, but celebrated and spread in the news outlets with this Greta Thunberg and with this like BBC and CNN, and they're keeping on doing that. Even when Jews were murdered, it was saying something like, it was not even saying the word Jews. Nobody's really doing anything about it and just spreading it out. So the going off on a Jew joke right now I think it's the right thing to do. I think any American, if he hears a Jew joke, he should stop the person doing a Jew joke. I think right now we need to end anti-Semitism, and it will take years and years and years.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see the full episode, go here. If you'd like to see my documentary Hearts Unknown for free, go here. And if you'd like to interact with me, drop a comment. See you in the next video.